Hi everyone, welcome to another LEGO video. I'm Sid Part 2, and today we are going to be building the Star Wars Death Star Final Duel set. This is by far my favorite scene in the original trilogy, and the entire series for that matter. I love at the moment as leading up to the speech the Emperor's giving Luke before Luke tries to kill him, up until the Emperor gets thrown down the shaft. My hands down favorite scene in the entire series. So this is just something I saw it in a comic book ad, and I had to get it right away. So I'll be building this for you today, and I will see you after the jump. So I'll start with these guys since they're kind of just the most basic. Honestly, I'm not a fan of these. There's only one thing I really like about them, but I mean, you don't get any facial expression, obviously. It's just the black head in there, and then I don't like these weapons. I don't think that they really capture what the guys were holding, or what at least I think they're normally holding. But overall, they're just meant to really stand in the front and kind of fill out the minifig roster, because otherwise you would only have 3 minifigs in this $70 set. So fair trade, but I think there are other ways that you could have supplemented that. One detail that I really do like is the capes. You'll notice that the capes have a two-tone red to them, which is really nice. Like the back is a much lighter red than the inside, which is neat. So that's a nice effect. It mimics the arms. You'll notice the arms and the hands are a different tone of red than the body and the little helmet thing. These guys are okay, but they're obviously, kind of the low point of the set, I think. Next we have Luke. Luke is okay. He's kind of my I think he's probably just above the guards. They're not. There's nothing wrong with him. It's just okay. He's got print detail on the torso, back and front, and on his legs, which is nice. The print detail actually looks pretty good overall, and they were smart enough to do the touch of one normal colored flesh hand and then one black hand. Where Luke kind of breaks down for me is the facial expressions they give him. Like, I don't mind this kind of, serious, solemn face that he has, but what bothers me is this, happy face. I would have preferred that they get rid of the happy face and make this one the standard, face that he has, and then make the happy face like kind of a scared or like a yelling like kind of face. Because just what it is, like, you know, he doesn't smile anywhere in the scene, so there's no point to do that. the lightsaber itself, they've changed up on me. I'm used to the hilt, or the handle, whatever you want to call it, being kind of like a reflective, more metallic-y, silvery-looking thing. And that's not really what we got going on here. It still looks metallic, but it's much more of an opaque, solid metallic. And the blade as well is a much darker green. Do I have a green thingy sitting around here anywhere? Very specific of me. Well, not quite, but this will be close enough. The color shift has happened big time. I mean, that's a completely different green there. I remember the old green lightsabers used to be this color right here. But overall, the Luke doesn't look half bad. Just not ideal. Like I said, if they really wanted to have a happy face, I would have preferred that they give us another head. Because once again, 5 minifigures, $70 set. It's a little iffy to me. Especially when 2 of them are just the guards. That's silly. Let's go on to Vader next. No, I will not put the handcuffs on. It's too kinky. Alright. Yeah, you can see him fine. Vader's pretty cool. Like, I like him more than Luke, but there's some other stuff with him that just, it kind of bugs me. So you get the handcuffs that he can put on Luke because they're that kind of family. And then they've changed up the helmet on me too. This is kind of sort of the second time I've bought this set. I'll explain that when I get to the actual piece. But the helmet's now in 2 pieces. I'm used to the old school Darth Vader helmet where it's just one whole piece. The head is, I like parts about it and I also don't. It's only one face. All you get is one face, and like the print detail goes around at the back, which is cool. And I know that in the scene, to be fair, when Vader does get the helmet off, he is happy because he's, Anakin again at that point. But still, I would have preferred, 2 faces, one looking kind of angrier. They have changed the color tone of his skin big time because it used to be like a light gray, I remember, and now it's much whiter, like the movie. They've also gone. I guess Disney didn't get the memo because they went with these hard cardstocky capes again, which I was surprised to see. Oh, quit falling down. Which I was surprised to see. His lightsaber also the kind of like opaque metal look. Only print details on the chest, which I'm disappointed by. I was really hoping to have pant and back of the torso detail, but. Now it's just the chest, nothing else. Once again, very disappointed in these capes. They actually don't work very well for the set. I'll explain that in a sec as we go over to our next entry on this lovely list. Sidious looks really cool. He is my favorite of the minifigs that we get. I think he looks absolutely great. There's so much about this guy I like. You got, top and you got torso and pant detail. The Sith lightning looks perfect. He even kind of gets the same color from the movie, which is great. You get 2 faces. I like both of them. Here's an idea. The mean rage face, and then the like kind of evil contemplative face that we get over here. I think that looks great. I'm having a little trouble getting him to stand up. The lightning is making him very top-heavy. He's the main reason why I don't like these capes on this set in particular, because you might be able to tell it's already kind of like bent up and creased because, the guy sits down through most of the scenes, so that's where you're going to place him most of the time. And that bends up the cape, and that's what these capes have never been good at, is being able to sit down. So that's why you transition to this, new fabric-y cape. And Disney didn't get the memo, I suppose. But overall, Sidious is my favorite. Like, let me get Luke back in here to compare skin tone, because it's a great capture of skin tone. I'll get Vader in, too, just to kind of get a range of stuff here. And take all the headgear off of everybody, just so you get as much skin in light as you can. So Sidious, I'll just let him, as long as he's good. Sidious has like this, kind of mid area between Luke and Vader. It's more in line with Luke with the flesh tone, but it's also kind of desaturated, which I love. So it's just the perfect way to get him, that he's not, just normal flesh colored, which I really like that about that. Sidious has trouble standing up, so you know what we'll do? Here, we'll recreate the scene for you. And... No! Power! Unlimited power! Death. Yay, Dad! I'm bald for some reason. I'm sorry. I'll quit being silly. But obviously what we wanted to talk about here is the set itself. So I will go ahead and transition us straight to that. Alright, so here we are with the big set. And this is pretty friggin' cool. I mentioned before that I kind of had this before. It's obviously not this one, but back when I was a kid, I did buy a Lego set that was just a really toned-down version of the scene. It basically came with Sidious, Vader, and Luke, and just like a little window thing that looked like these Death Star panels. And Sidious had his chair, and, Luke and Vader had their lightsabers, and that was it. This was when, Sidious was still yellow, and so was Luke, for that matter. So this was a while ago. But this is just a really sweet scene, and they do their best, because, it's, to be fair, the movie, it's mostly dialogue. There's kind of like a slow building fight that's pretty cool for drama, but not a lot of action in it. Luke and Vader trade lightsaber blows a couple times. I set up just the kind of interrogation thing. Let me move Luke since he's kind of getting blocked. And I set up kind of the interrogation thing just because it works better. These doors do work, but I think you'll be able to see more if I leave them open, and these guys are kind of out of focus because just who cares? There was some other stuff you could have given us, like, something else would have been cooler. But yeah, this looks really friggin' awesome. I love how much movement you get with it, too. So the doors close, this goes in, and these collapse to make it more compact. But there's also a lot of action elements on it, too, which is great. I'm very nervous about whether or not I can get this all to fit on my thing. You'll get to see exactly how the setup works. Isn't that impressive? The man is out from behind the curtain. But yeah, there's a lot of elements that work. Let's see how well I can get them to on film. Alright, so if Darth Vader didn't have his lightsaber, this would probably work better, but whatever. So lightsaber shoots up, and I don't know where it went off to. I think it slid underneath, maybe? I don't know, I'll figure it out later. But yeah, lightsaber shoots up from the back here, which is a pretty cool way to do things. Sidious's chair does turn back, do a full 180, or 360, as long as Luke's not getting in his way. And then there's other stuff. Here, let's give Luke his lightsaber and just go for this. They do their best to try to mimic the scene, which I'm really impressed by. They do their best to try to get everything that's in the movie to happen in the set. So if we put Vader down here and pretend that he throws his lightsaber, like he does in the movie, I'll try to get you the best possible view of this. Oh. And Luke falls when Darth Vader threw his lightsaber and rotated the entire Death Star. I need to actually be standing up for this one. Awesome. So yeah, you got Luke up there, and I think that's going to be the best angle on it. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. So Vader throws his lightsaber, and... come on. Perfect. Luke falls straight down... right off the scaffolding. It works perfectly, so you get just like what happens in the movie. That's great. You have areas down here, and man, Luke, you just cannot get your shit together, can you? Have areas down here that Luke can hide. Oh, there's where the lightsaber went. That's crazy. In the back, you can fit him in there to get that kind of like hiding behind the scaffolding look as he's trying to get away from Vader, which is great. Let me see if I can fit him in here. I'll just have him lay down. I don't want to bore you with me trying to get the Lego figure on the pegs, but yeah, he should be able to. Yeah, he can stand up back there, so that's cool. So you can get the classic hiding behind the scaffolding look, which is perfect. There's a neat switch. I'll see if I can activate it. This scene, to be fair, isn't in the thing, but they do their best to try to make it, you know, action dynamic for kids too. So that's really cool. It's both a cool display set and a cool play set, which is what I really like about it. But yeah, I'll try to get this to work and not go completely off camera. 3, 2, 1. I didn't do it hard enough, and he's not even on the right step. I'm bad at stuff, and I ruined the surprise. Alright, hold on, let's try this again. Okay, so there's Vader on the step. So yeah, you can get the steps to break off and throw the guys around, which is cool. Just a fun set overall. I really like everything. And then Sidious can be thrown into a pit there, which is great. They're putting the stickers on this pit in here is just a pain. Yeah, really sweet set. I'm really happy with how this all looks. It's pretty friggin' cool overall. I don't know what else I really have to say about it. It's great for both display and for play for kids. If you're a Star Wars fan or your kid's a Star Wars fan, I don't see why you wouldn't get it for them. Besides the money, I don't love the oh, he really went flying. I don't love the minifigs that came with it, but honestly, if you can just find a black cape or two, then you're good to go. These guys don't need capes. Like I said, Sidious sitting in his chair up here does kind of ruin his cape. So if you can find just a plain black fabric cape that doesn't have, you know, the Batman points, I don't know if they've made one yet, maybe do that. Vader doesn't really matter as much. But yeah, I'm really happy with this. Maybe find a better face for Luke, if you can. But overall, it's a pretty cool set, and it all, like I said, kind of compacts fairly nicely. And it looks, it's my favorite scene in all of the Star Wars franchise, so I gotta love it. It's too cool for words. So everyone, thanks for watching. This is one of my favorite things to do, and now I've got a sweet-ass Star Wars set out of it. So thanks for watching, everyone. I will see you next time with another custom set. Bye.